Alright, we have multiple news, leaked news of course for Campagnolo group sets. A new 13-speed wireless road group set is set to be released pretty soon. Also on Campagnolo's Instagram account, they have communicated that it will actually be launched on the 4th of June. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. And then we have multiple leaks right here. Of course, the first huge one was at the Giro d'Italia, where we have the Super Record Wireless goes 13 speed. We have here a group set. It looks pretty much like still like a prototype group set that's being tested by professional riders. From the team Cofidis, guess so. All right, with the look 795 Blade RS, pretty nice bike, pretty nice wheels also, and of course the new group set. What can you say about the new group set? What information do we have? We have information that there will be a thumb shifter again. Thumb shifter is coming back after 2 group sets without a thumb shifter from Campagnolo. Pretty exciting, of course, for Campagnolo fans. And what you see, what's even more interesting in my opinion, is this button right here. That means we have an additional button as we have on SRAM Red Axis group sets nowadays, or Dura-Ace and Ultegra group sets on top of here. Most people, I believe, use them to switch computer screens, but you can also program them to switch gears, which I find pretty nice. Just an additional button, additional position. If you're in another like position or situation than normally, which is pretty nice. What do we see? A more skeletal rear derailleur, which suggests that it will maybe be lighter. Looks lighter to me, of course. Looks pretty sick, pretty futuristic, unlike Campagnolo, because Campagnolo always worked with a lot of carbon fiber, and they used as much carbon fiber as they could on all of the components. That also means, of course, the rear derailleur, and the rear derailleur was always really a thing of beauty, really full of carbon fiber and a lot of closed pieces, and now you have that skeletal look, which changes quite a lot. Moving on to the shift levers. We also already have a branded hood rubber cover, but still pretty much matte anonymous blade. Then we have that hollowed out button that suggests that this will be the button with which you shift up. So in the front you shift up in the larger chainring, which will be like the default setup on most of the bikes. But I'm sure you can program all of that with the application. Carbon lever again, pretty nice. Of course, also at that price point, you want to have carbon fiber and titanium and all the fancy materials, right? Chain set, that looks like the older chain set. I'm not sure. However, the front derailleur looks interesting, or a little bit more interesting than the current one. If you check it out, this is more of the Campagnolo style that we've seen in the past, closed carbon parts, and the new one looks a bit more also hollowed out. Maybe that makes it lighter, I don't know. Have that. So this one is the road group set that we have seen a leak from, 2x13 speed, if we count the cogs of the cassette. Exciting. Campagnolo has always been, I think, the first one to go 1 gear more, right? 11 speed, 12 speed, and now 13 speed. For the 2x systems, of course, because we have seen 1x13 already on their Eckhart group set, and also now SRAM with their Explorer group set. Of course, we have 13 speed group sets. We have right, so go back a little bit in history. We have the Super Record Wireless and Super Record Wireless S that launched in a pretty short short period of time, I guess. It was early 2023 that we had the Super Record Wireless, and then in September 24, the Super Record S. For me, it put a bit of question mark on Campagnolo, what was happening, because why would they launch a group set that is slightly less expensive with the matte finish, but besides that, it wasn't really that different. Also, it didn't really suggest another kind of tier group set, so it wasn't a record group set, chorus or what else. It looks like they have like pretty much wiped them out, and only Super Record exists for now. They really want to go to the top right, to the high-end stuff. And now again in mid 2025 they launch another group set, completely redesigned group set, 13 speed, 2x13 speed, Super Record again. Price point is to be announced, of course. Let's see what it will cost. Let's see if it still did that ultra premium group set, but I'm pretty much sure they will stay in that kind of league for now. And what we have seen here just this weekend, Unbound Gravel, huge gravel race, biggest gravel race of the year, also with a lot of prototypes being ridden, always pretty exciting for people like me. We have another Campagnolo league. We have kind of a different rear derailleur with what seems to be a clutch mechanism, which of course would be cool for gravel riding. Also the cage, tell me if I'm wrong, but does the cage look different right here? Let's check it out. Rear derailleur, pretty skeletal again. Looks pretty much the same. Could be made out of aluminum on the gravel version, but I'm not sure. However, this clutch mechanism is, of course, something else. So this is a different rear derailleur. Will it be launched? Will it be a new Eckhart group set, or will it be wireless gravel, like Super Record gravel? I don't know. We will see next week, of course. The levers look pretty much the same again. Yeah, pretty much the same. Thumb shifter is there, additional button is there. Front derailleur is pretty much the same. That will be the same, I guess. And not a whole lot of information on that group set. So there's that. So pretty exciting news. We go even a gear further, so 13 speed, 2x13. That will be quite exciting. Also, what will be quite interesting is the gearing choice that we will have, especially the hobby riders. For the professionals, of course it's clear they want to go as big as they can while still being able to ride up the mountains. So 54, 55 will pretty much be a standard now for the front chainring, of course. In general, exciting news, but I still don't really know where Campagnolo wants to go. We have one World Tour, or is it a Pro Tour team? Let me quickly check that. Pretty nice for Campagnolo to still be on that kind of scene. Will we see more Campagnolo equipped bikes in the future? Will brands like Trek or Canyon equip their bikes with Campagnolo? It's pretty unlikely, because Shimano also is set to release a new Durais soon, like this or next season, because they always stay true to their 4-year interval for their top tier group set, and then the lower tier will follow. Also SRAM, from what I've seen, what SRAM has in the pipeline, it's pretty exciting. Of course, our price point is always a role, but also user friendliness is almost more important, because the price is pretty flexible. Depends where you can get the group sets. But from what I've seen, new SRAM stuff that is coming looks pretty exciting, looks pretty cool, pretty premium for a low tier group set. And Shimano, I'm not really sure, but I think the next one will also be wireless. And Shimano is just ultra reliable, fast and precise. So they tick all the boxes, and the price is more or less okay, while still being a lot higher than in the past. Let me know, you guys, what you think about the leaks, what you think the future will hold for Campagnolo. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.